got choices. Keep it 1,000 locked in our chops. Everybody got choices.
Yep, it is OSD Obsessive Sneaker Disorder. Welcome to episode 351. It is Obsessive Sneaker Disorder OSD live every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, and more. Yes. The Golden State Warriors are the 2014-2015 NBA champions, and there's no denying it whatsoever. They went to the bank, and definitely shout out to all the fans and the people, and thank you for tuning in. But more importantly, man, a hat tip to the entire Golden State Warriors team. Steve Kerr, man, he's got himself another ring. A couple as a player, now as a coach, taking over. And then also, I was so happy. I was really happy by this. Really happy. Andre Iguodala, Finals MVP. Man took a backseat role, played the role, 6-man off the bench, act as that energizer, that spark plug, that Vinny the Microwave Johnson type role, warm it up, and he certainly did it. So thank you for tuning in, but salute to all the fans in Oakland and all around the world. This is OSD Obsessive Sneaker Disorder, episode 351. Let's go straight, to Houston, because we don't have a problem. What's up, sir? What's the good word?
Man, what's up, D? What's up, all the Obsessive Sneaker Disorderlies around the world tuning in on the internet? I mean, man, it was an incredible basketball season that we saw this year. A lot of new blood, a lot of underdogs.
Mm-hmm.
So a little changing of the guard.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, in the world of sneakers, maybe too. I see those Curry ones going for a little something on the resale market now.
Man, are they ever?
Big ups to Under Armour. Even if you're not an Under Armour fan, all this is going to do is put the pressure on your favorite brand to step their game up. So this is good for the industry. This is good for sneakerheads worldwide. So there's nothing wrong with a little competition. Makes everybody a little bit better. And I would say 2016 and beyond, Nike's got that big NBA contract now. They got something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to be a good year for sneakers next year and beyond, man. I think we're going to see a lot of new things from these brands, and I would expect some fierce competition out there.
I'm really excited about it because yes, it really, like you said, it came down to Under Armour versus Nike. Adidas is definitely in the mix there too on a lot of the players, but the thing, the game, within the game, the brand wars, if you want to call it that, were definitely Under Armour and Nike. And let's be honest, Under Armour has been on fire. No knock to Nike basketball. Nike basketball has been doing it for well over 3 decades at this point, and we know they're going to continue to crank out product, but Steph Curry and the Curry One and Under Armour as a whole, they've been winning. And then I just actually received my newest copy of East Bay Catalog. Shout out to East Bay Catalog. And, and who's on the cover but an athlete wearing Under Armour. Once again, so talk about the trifecta almost. Trifecta.
Stop there. Forget about Tom Brady winning the Super Bowl and our guy Jordan winning the jacket this year and the golf thing. So, Under Armour took 3 of the major sports championships.
Absolutely.
It's a pretty good year for Under Armour right now. They struck out on KD, but he wound up getting injured. So maybe Maybe they had a little bit of luck on that. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe they knew something that we didn't know. But hey, nonetheless. But speaking of major events, Kadoma, the countdown is on. Sneaker Summit coming up, summer 2015. What's
Man,
the
we
latest?
got a lot of stuff going on. Everybody in the crew is doing something right now. But I'm heading up the H-Town Sneaker Summit. It's the 12th year running for the summer event. So we've been doing this for a dozen years. We're in an 80,000 square foot exhibit hall at NRG Park, right across the street from the Astrodome that's celebrating its 50th anniversary, the world's first indoor baseball stadium. And everything's going down Sunday, July 26th. And that is all the information. You can find it on sneakersummit.com. Just go there and hit it up. Visit the shows tab, visit the travel tab. We got everything you need to find.
Man. So come on. We know the calendar says it's officially 38 days remaining until the event. It's all happening. Houston, Texas. Like you said, NRG Park. What can folks, if someone's never experienced this, if someone's never been to the Sneaker Summit, and they've only seen pictures and they've only seen recap videos and all this other stuff, how would you describe it for them? Talk to me. Let me know. How would you describe it to someone who's never experienced
And
this?
I would just say, I saw some people going back and forth on Twitter like, "Hey, are you going to Summit?" No, I'm not going. Everybody's prices are too high. We're not a buy sell trade show. I want to make that clear. Summit has been around before the days of buy sell trade. We kind of embraced that when it became part of the culture, but we were originally a celebration of sneaker culture and the sneaker community. So what we do is, once or twice a year, we throw a party for the community to come together and celebrate the culture. That's what our event is about. If you want to buy, sell, or trade some kicks while doing that, so be it. But
More power to you.
if you're a part of this community and if you love sneaker culture, this is where you need to be. This is the legendary summer event. This is where a lot of things popped off, to make a lot of sneaker events what they are today. And I've kept saying, as long as people keep supporting, we're going to keep pushing the envelope. And that's what we continue to do. We're coming off 2014. It was our biggest events ever last year. The way pre-sales are looking, we have a promising repeat of that. So, we're just gonna, I can't let anything out the bag just yet. The ink's not dry on a couple of things that I've been working real hard on, and I like to say I work until the doors close to make this the best show it can possibly be. So, I think the track record speaks for itself. You see all the names there. We've had some, come in throughout the years, and everybody from Currency, and you see there, and Jason Mark, Chameleonaire, Bun B, Slim Thug, Paul Wall, all the local guys have been there. Super, Reebok, Adidas Originals, Diamond Supply Co., Crooks and Castles, Accomplished Clothing. Man, we've been fortunate to have a lot of special guests in the building and come through, show love to the local community, and just show some support back to sneaker culture.
Absolutely. So when can we expect? I'm going to put you on the spot just for a little bit, just a little bit.
On the spot, I would say in July we're going to start. Definitely in July we're going to start leaking stuff.
Okay, all right, because
kind of do like that music festival, that blind pre-sale. You never know who will be there. Get your tickets now for a special discount. We got an early bird discount going. So, for those of you that do have faith in us that we're going to come correct, in 38 days, you can go ahead and get your tickets now for a discounted price. But once we start making announcements, once we start throwing names out there, there's going to be a little bump on that ticket site. So
absolutely,
you may want to just get it now. Depending on how much that special guest or two is going to cost us.
Yep.
But we always try to keep everything affordable, man. We realize, without the vendors, without the attendees, there's no event. Even though we're in, one of the best venues in the world, our event is competitively priced, and so everybody can come play a part and be a part of it.
Absolutely. Well, right on cue. I mean, with Sneaker Summit coming up in July, we also have, like you said earlier, we have social studies taking place, kicking off on July 21st. But the sign-up period, if you want more information, head on over to the OSD blog. The sign-up period, you have until July 7th to register for the class. Yes, an 8-week class, certifiably good, certifiably interactive, and yes, you're going to be seeing some very familiar faces, as well as some people from within the footwear industry that, yeah, they know a thing or two about footwear design, marketing, history, and all that good stuff. So if you want more information, head on over to the OSD blog or send us an email at info@osdlive.com. You could register right online. We make it quick and easy and simple. And trust me, this will be a class you're going to want to take. And then it all leads up to, it's a nice little segue. See, this all it kicks off officially on the 21st. But leading up, you have the Brooklyn Museum event. It's called Out of the Box, The Rise of Sneaker Culture. That's taking place at the Brooklyn Museum. That officially opens to the public on Friday, July 10th, 2015. And when you see this, you are going to be in for a serious treat. Yeah. And then coupled with that, then there's the book. We've been talking about it. We've been tweeting about it. We've been putting it all over social media sites. So you can go over to Rizzoli and certainly pre-order your copy. Hardcover. This is a hardcover, nicely bound, beautiful book that complements and coincides with Out of the Box, The Rise of Sneaker Culture exhibit. So, yeah, man.
Are they going to be selling that book at the museum as well?
They are going to be selling it there as well, yes.
Yeah, I noticed the ship date of the book is the same week as the opening there in Brooklyn.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to get down there and checking out the exhibit. I don't know if I'll be able to make it opening week, but hopefully I can be there in late July, right before Sneaker Summit, kind of get some last minute inspiration from what you guys have been working so hard on, man. But I'm really proud of the crew right now. We love sneakers, and not just collecting them or wearing them or buying and selling them. I mean, we're really doing things to kind of, push the envelope for sneaker culture, whether it be, holding the Sneaker Summit event, or holding the social studies class, or the Rise of Sneaker Culture sneaker exhibit. We're doing, and our weekly stock reports too. So we're doing big things right now, and I think it's okay to give ourselves a pat on the back sometimes. Let's keep it going. Let's keep things moving in the positive direction. There's a lot of people in the industry right now trying to beat a dead horse. And we don't want that to happen to our culture. So
no, we got to be the protectors and the inspiration.
There's a lot of people out there whining that sneaker culture is dead, and and a lot of them that are saying that are the ones that kind of stuck the fork in it. So let's but they say, if you don't like the way something is, then stand up and do something about it. And I think that's what we're doing over here at OSD, man. And everybody that watches the show, everybody that listens to the show, you can do your part too. If you wanna hop on with the crew, if you wanna kick it with us, and do a little teamwork, or if you want to do your own thing, we invite you to come on here and promote what you got going on. It's an open platform, so each and every week. We've been here for how many episodes now, D?
Yep, 351 and counting, man.
Yeah.
Soon to be 8 years. Can you believe that?
No,
Crazy.
that's crazy. We've gone through all kind of formats and
Yep.
technology upgrades, and we're still here, alive and kicking. So I know we got a good run of show tonight. We got a few things we're gonna run down. You want to talk about some of those?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to. One of the things I think we need to, right at the top of the show, I talked about and mentioned Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors and their win this season. They had a phenomenal season. And one of the things I was trying to pay more attention to is the Golden State Warriors are probably the only team, and help me out here, where they had no players on their team who've previously been in the NBA Finals.
I don't know. I gotta think
because
about that.
I was sitting and thinking, I was thinking about Andre Iguodala. I was like, yeah, did Andre Iguodala ever make it to the finals? And I was saying no. When he was with Philly, they made it to the Eastern Conference semifinals, but he never had played in the finals. So that team, talk about, and they had gone 40 years, the Golden State Warriors, 40 years without winning a NBA title. And lo and behold, here they have a team, a hodgepodge, which, quite honestly, let's be honest, Steve Kerr inherited a great team from Mark Jackson.
Yeah, but you also have to realize Steve Kerr learned from two of the greatest championship coaches there ever was, in Phil Jackson and Greg Popovich. So let's not take anything away from Mark Jackson or Steve Kerr, but I think Steve, what is it? Mark Jackson wanted a little bit bigger GM role.
Right, correct.
Thing, and the Warriors weren't having it, and then what happened in the offseason after they got rid of Mark Jackson? The Warriors went heavy after Dwight Howard, and wound up not getting him.
Yep.
Am I thinking right, or that was the season before? I think that was the season before.
That was the season before.
And then they wound up with Iguodala in his place.
Right.
And look what happened now. He's the MVP. So
talk about a role player right off the bench. Paper Chaser, Dr. Paper. Welcome to the show.
Greetings, Soul Doctors, Kadoma and D. Wells. How y'all doing?
Good, man. Talking a little bit NBA Finals. I was trying to make the connection about the Golden State Warriors. First, they won. It's been a 40-year gap, but
yep.
I think there's no players on the roster for the Warriors, a player who's previously played in the NBA Finals. I think that was a first for this series.
For the Warriors, let's see.
And I was like, wow, okay. I'm like, who's sitting on the bench? Who's sitting on the bench who didn't? I mean, you got.
It was a first. You had Spates, you had Sean Livingston, you had David Lee. You had a bunch of people who did not taste the finals yet.
Barbosa had to be in the finals, right?
No, he was with Phoenix for a long time before this.
Right.
So,
and then you also have the statistic of how many players on one team who are the sons of former NBA players. And definitely
a record there.
They have the record there too. So I was like, man, talk about like a kind of the sun, moon, stars all aligning. I mean, the only thing that would have been better would have been Golden State winning the championship on their home court. But
no, I like the way.
You know what? Exactly. I actually was happy it happened in Cleveland.
I like the way they did it because there was too much of a subplot to Cleveland if LeBron won it. That they just completely destroyed. And that's what I enjoyed about it, was the fact that they were able to completely destroy what was about to be one of the greatest, sports stories ever told. Because if LeBron would have won it, we all know, let's be honest, there would have been between now and the beginning of next season all the talk about LeBron going back to Cleveland and winning and everything, which it would have been a good story. It would have been a really good and probably highly marketable story. But I like the fact that Golden State had so much against them as far as who are these guys? Oh, they come from privilege. This guy's father played here. This guy's father played there. What gives them the right to think that they can come in and just take the title? You know, I hear people saying, you know, and the fact that they were so much of a minimal factor in, you know, deciding what happened, you know, a particular game 5 and 6, and they still got it done. They still were able to shine as a team. That kind of took a lot of the thunder away from the prodigal son returns home story. It became about them and the team, which, let's be honest, if all of them were signed to like Adidas or something like that, Adidas could have killed with this, because Adidas likes to make team shoes. But this is definitely a big victory for Under Armour. It was a big victory last weekend for Under Armour this past Saturday, considering someone like me who
you try to get those figures.
I am never on any online site for a long time trying to buy shoes, and I tried to buy the Curry one. I got up promptly at 10 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, and went to UA.com and said, all right, I'm going to press my luck and try and get a pair. It's exactly 10 a.m. I've been on since about 6 or 7 minutes before 10. And I proceeded to check out. You know, they limited 2 pairs per customer. So I tried to buy a size 9 and a size 10, just in case, you know, they weren't cut right for me. I would still have one, and I can return one. With no success. I tried for approximately 2 hours through UA.com to get those shoes, and I was unsuccessful. No site crash, no anything like that. Just, you know, those of you who do a lot of this type of purchases, you know, that constant spinning wheel and that constant waiting to get to the checkout page, and it never came for me in 2 hours. So going into the week, UA was already winning. So to continue the story, after I left home that Saturday, you know, jumped up, got dressed, went into the city to Foot Locker on 34th Street, which was the only other place in the city here that had them. And they sold out within minutes. They said within minutes. I said, every size?
Yeah, gone.
Every size. Now, which was a first because a lot of the big sizes in the Curry one are available still at UA.com. So we're talking everything 13 and up is still available on UA.com in some of the styles, and in Foot Locker stores. A lot of the 13 and up are still available. I hope Leo or, you know, SFK or somebody who's, you know, Lil or somebody with a big foot like that is listening to that. Anything over 13 and up in the Curry one is still available. Then you had the anticipation of what was going to happen with the game between Saturday and Tuesday, which Golden State took it. Then you had, okay, can they do it again? They did it on Cleveland's home court, you know, Nike's backyard, so to speak, for this. And the shoes again tomorrow, the father and son version of the Curry one in the Charlotte Hornets colorway comes out tomorrow. And that's going to fly. UA winning. That's all it is right now. UA winning. Can't be mad at it. All of the subplots. You know, snatch the story from the prodigal son. UA versus Nike. Some people were even going, you know, big city versus small town. Light skin versus dark skin, all this other crazy subplots people were putting on this series.
Wow.
Which was totally hilarious to me. And Golden State got the win.
Well, it was long overdue. hats, salute to them. Good stuff. At the end of the day, now it's just a matter of how Golden State kind of keeps key players, and then what Cleveland as well as other teams in NBA what they do to kind of restock and get ready for the 15-16 season, because that's time.
I don't think Golden State goes back again.
Goes back? What do you mean?
I don't think the West was a tough conference to come out.
Oh yeah, but they can pick up some key players though. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they go back again.
I think they get close. They have the type of ball that supports lack of overall superstar talent, and it's team ball. It's the kind of ball that saw San Antonio win multiple times with boring basketball.
Exactly, but you can't forget two big things in that Golden State doesn't have. Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
I think they have something better, because not even San Antonio has Tim Duncan and David Robinson anymore, and they won last year.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a valid argument on the whole. I'm saying I'm not saying they're going to win it all. I'm saying that they have another good run in them because of the kind of ball that they play. They had Cleveland all over the court. I don't care what kind of defense you play. You can't stop the third skip pass on a double team when you got to respect two different shooters. That's going to win every time as long as you make buckets.
Yeah, it's true, but they still need a big man, at least for defense. They were too vulnerable this series.
If you get them a stronger, younger big man, then they got to run on themselves.
But I think But I think he still has to be mobile, because
the big man does. Yeah, they got to get a young, mobile big man.
Because if they had a big man clogging up the middle, that's what happened to LeBron. He couldn't get Mozgov to clear out of there, so he couldn't play that shell ball that he likes to play. If you got a big man clog, that's what Kevin Love messed him up with. He's not fleet-footed. He's not nimble. So he clogged up the middle with him trying to play traditional center, and it didn't work. Him out of the lineup, they went to mobile, and it worked after he got hurt. I still contend that Cleveland would have given him a better run if they had that second shooter, if they had the Rookie of the Year still on the roster, playing a perfect second fiddle in his place to clear out some respect for LeBron. They should have kept Wiggins.
Wiggins?
Rookie of the Year. Average 20. Rookie of the Year and average 20 on a team that was nowhere near as good.
Yeah, but losing Kyrie hurt them.
Losing Kyrie hurt them because they didn't have a backup to him.
Yeah, losing Kyrie hurt Nike.
Kurt flipped his roster. Kurt flipped his roster upside down and was benching players who were starters. Listen.
The funniest thing about that entire series to me, to anybody that plays basketball, right? Funniest shit ever. That I was talking about this to a couple of folks when we talked about the series today. The funniest play ever in this finals, or anyone that I can remember in a long time, is the fact that Maurice Spates missed a breakaway dunk on a fast break and didn't play since. He never played again. He missed a breakaway fast break on a steal, got the ball, was supposed to just finish that, blew it, and never got the sweatpants off again. That is hilarious to me. That's totally. And so his memory of the finals is, I blew a dunk.
That's it.
Now, D, you know how that was back in the days. You blow a dunk.
Oh. You do that. You sit your ass and you go as far away from me as possible. I don't even want to see you.
You blow a dunk. You do anything. You cross so wrong.
Because
you don't know how to play the third time down.
You got a coach who's like, listen, all you have to do is fucking lay the ball in. You don't even have to dunk. Yeah, you can dunk, but just lay it in. Get the easy bucket.
I'd rather get the ball wedged between the rim than miss a dunk.
No, that's even worse because that means you ain't got hops. Missing the dunk could just mean you lose the ball, but getting it wedged, that's just credit card hops, bro. And you get
Similar
clowned for
kind of
that.
skill.
You get clowned for that.
So we spoke about this a lot behind the scenes, via emails and whatnot, and it really is a pivotal moment for UA.
Yeah, it's in all categories. Paper, we talked about that. We texted last night. Design is good enough. Their offerings are good enough. They haven't had that pivotal moment to stick a foot in the ground, plant the flag, and say we're going this direction. This gave them the platform. This gave them legitimate platform to now offer their 3.0. And I say that because 1.0 was them coming out of the box. We always knew they had gear. 1.0 is them coming out of the box with them horrible shoes. 2.0 was legitimate offerings. We're at the end of their 2.0 right now. This is Under Armour 3.0, fully legit, no questions asked. They're not little brother anymore. They may not have the years of experience, but they are not a peon anymore.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting? A name we didn't hear the entire finals. And when you usually get to this time of year, you hear about other players from other teams who sometimes didn't make it, and it would have been interesting to see play. You didn't hear the name Kevin Durant at all this finals.
Right.
It's true.
No one mentioned him whatsoever.
It's true.
At all.
That's true.
Yep.
And I wonder what kind of fuel to the fire that's going to add for him next year.
At the very end, one of the announcers, I think it was Van Gundy, at the very end, they did talk about what we were just talking about with Golden State maybe going back with what does Cleveland do. They talked about in a kind of way that might spur him on. They talked about Kevin Durant sitting at home and looking at the fact that Kyrie Irving went down and all these guys went down, and looking at the injuries that his team, including him, had to suffer through that basically tanked their season.
Mm-hmm.
How about
Well, he's sitting at home saying, "Shoot." He's a little upset because he's like, "How's Steph gonna get to take down LeBron when that's exactly what I wanted to do?" Like,
hey, how's Steph gonna be in some Under Armour?
Like, I agree with Sean. He's coming back. He's gonna come back and just try to wreak havoc on everybody because he's upset. Because he considered himself to be next. He was like, I'm next. If anybody's taking LeBron, it's me. So now that Steph did it, I don't want to be in the West if I was y'all. Not if he comes back healthy.
But that's going to be the issue. Is the design behind these shoes, I think, was also in the back of people's mind. Because at the end, as the quarter was ticking down, and they ran through Steph Curry's years of play so far, they highlighted his ankle injuries. And now he's not.
Yeah,
and
true.
now they balled out. And now the undersized kid who was too small won a championship. And look, we got a saying that says, you run what you brung. Don't talk to me about Kyrie Irving. Don't talk to me about Kevin. You showed up, you played ball, you got beat.
No
Sorry.
one's saying that. It's all good.
No, I'm not saying anybody's saying it. I'm saying that's the general consensus of conversation. You run what you brung.
Here's a quiet war that's going on right now. Here's a quiet war. You have a successful year for basketball sneakers that involve two shoes that are less than $150. Kyrie Irving shoes sold like gangbusters until he went down, and Steph Curry is still selling. Both shoes under $150. LeBron James shoes, $220. Far too many colorways. People are confused as to what to buy. And the other stories behind the shoes, they're just like, all right, not for that.
Yep. You got Kobe's $250 shoe.
Kobe's $250 shoe, which
sitting on the shelf.
Damian Lillard's is $105.
Well, what UA has done, and let's not forget that we are in an industry that copies each other, whether you're the big dog or not. Mm-hmm. So let's not sit here thinking that Nike hasn't noticed what the hell's going on, or even Adidas hasn't understood what's going on. So believe me, they'll come out guns blazing and understanding. I think it's going to take them a minute to get there, but UA has not cemented themselves, but like Steve said, they kind of put the flag down and said, okay, we kind of found out what our niche is, and if they stick to performance, which is what has got them where they're going. If they stick to performance, and let the style come, they'll be all right. But the minute they try to switch up, they're not going to gain. It's just they're going to fumble again. You know, if they stick to performance across all categories, they got momentum now, so they got to take that momentum to the other categories.
What they reached for, we talked about it when they were going after Durant, which I truly don't think they intended to get him. That was just a swing at the chin of the bully. They needed to take a swipe at the bully. So by taking that swing at the bully, going for Kevin Durant is the upper echelon of every man. Like, he's the nice guy. That's his thing. Even TV commercials that had nothing to do with shoes had him as Kevin Durant, Mr. Nice Guy. But he's still superstar nice guy. What they got was Steph Curry.
And he thanks his mom.
That one A, not one, but one A caveat, they got that true underdog that everyone can relate to.
Yep.
They got a kid that's told he was too small. He is too small. He made it. They got a kid who knows he was too small, worked his butt off. He still looks like a rookie to us, baby-faced assassin, until you hear he's been in the league for 6 years. That blows my mind. And I liked him at Davidson. He's this guy that keeps chugging along, relatable superstar. Like you said, Jesse, if they stay in their lane and focus on performance, in that everyman aspect, like you can be you, but just a little more special. That's the
you taking it back to Reebok? You be you? Wow. Okay.
You know? Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wow.
In the names of Sean, stop talking. People, stop talking right now.
Wow. Dan versus Dave. Wow.
I know, right?
Take
That's
back.
classic. That was my shit.
Stop talking, Steve. One thing I never want to see from UA.
Gotta give him enough to make him call it.
There's one thing I never want to see from UA.
Cowboy boots they make.
I could be totally happy and leave this earth in the happiest place ever if I never see an Under Armour cool guy collab of any kind.
Yeah, they don't need it. They don't need it.
I don't see, that's not in their DNA. I don't see them doing that. I mean, let's be honest. I saw my first, and I don't watch a lot of television. I saw my first Skechers work boot collection where they're putting out.
What?
Yeah, Skechers makes work boots, and they even have steel toe footwear now.
Yep.
I literally saw it about an hour ago, and I was so surprised by it. I had never seen.
Wow.
So for to think that Under Armour, like I just don't see this. I agree with you. I don't want to see it, but I don't think it's in their DNA. I hope we don't see it. They just need to keep doing what they're doing and keep slowly adding.
But you know it's coming.
People to.
They don't have a catalog for it yet.
Exactly, Jesse.
They don't have a catalog for it yet, so if you're smart, you're not going to do it. Because if you chase it, like Sean said, you're going to tank yourself. They might chase it.
It's coming.
Let me tell you something. They might chase it, because I don't have faith in their internal office.
It's coming.
They might chase it.
And they don't.
They might chase it thinking, okay, cool, we got something now. We got some momentum. How much further can we go? You know what I mean? I don't think they have people in-house to say you should collab, because they don't have a catalog to do it with.
They don't need
have
a catalog
to do it with.
They don't need a catalog. I'm trying to tell you guys, with marketing, they will jump the shark to get to. That's the downfall. Is like Paper said, they don't, like you said, Jesse, they don't need it. But trust me, you don't need a catalog. Go there. Asics is running cool guy collabs with one freaking model, and they've got the biggest catalog to draw from ever, and they still don't.
I mean, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. Like, they could take one of these models that they got a little traction on this year and be like, okay, let's see if we can get a cool guy shoe. But I think that would be very, very wrong.
Oh, it would be wrong, but it's coming.
I think you'd ruin yourself.
The suit, the very nature of suits is to capitalize. It's coming, and we won't like it, but it's coming. And it's going to come with it. It's going to come with it.
They don't have the pedigree to do it. They can't. I mean, if
that
you're listening, we're still talking. Don't do it.
Don't stop them.
Just don't do it.
Go stop them. They got a low top. They got a low top Curry coming.
Steve,
perfect.
Nail on the head right now.
They definitely do.
Steve is hitting the nail on the head right now. We've all seen it, man.
Yeah, we don't have to like it, but it's coming. We can give them every reason not to. It's coming.
A cool guy collab for Under Armour?
Russ.
Where would they go? Where would they go?
I don't think
that represents basketball well enough to do that. Where would they go?
Doesn't matter. You're thinking too rationally. Think of what makes you mad, Jesse. You know it's coming.
Because you're still talking. I know where you're going.
Think of what makes you mad.
You're right. You're thinking too rationally. We know it shouldn't happen. Sean said he could leave this earth a happy man if it never happens. That's exactly the kind of thinking that means it's coming.
Because Steve hit the nail on the head. Once that bean counter gets a whiff of how hot they are in the streets.
It's a wrap.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I'm glad you said that, Kadoma, because here's the thing. Under Armour's not hot in the streets.
Exactly.
They're hot on the web. They're selling out releases. They're selling, you know.
They really are.
We ain't
basketball shoes, though.
We ain't gotta like
basketball shoes.
We ain't
They're performance basketball shoes. They're not collab color ups.
Y'all gonna have to trust me. I'm 2 for 2 in predicting these things we don't want to believe. Skechers is number what, Jesse? And we argued about this a year ago before.
Speaking of which, I'm glad you said that. Allow me to read the stock report.
Oh yeah, and Skechers is in finish line and not finish line, foot action now.
Allow me to. Foot action is desperate for attention. That's why. Allow me to read the stock report because the numbers
don't lie.
The numbers are very interesting, and yes, they do not lie. All right. Are you guys ready? I hope you're not drinking anything as I read these stock numbers, especially for the first 2 stocks.
Can you read this up? Can you slide the screen up, D?
Disorderlies if you're watching. Wow.
Good.
Nike.
Are you serious?
Nike finishes at 104.75 on the day, up 19 cents per share. Skechers. Hold on to your hat. Clutch your pearls, ladies. Yep. Skechers finishes today at $110.78 per share, down 9 cents per.
Skechers is above $100 a share.
For the last month. I will read this again.
I hate I was right about that one.
I will read this. Nike, 104.75 per share, finishing today, up 19 cents per share. Skechers finished at 110.78 per share.
Even losing a dime, Skechers is trading $6 above Nike.
VF Corporation, at 69.48, up 8 cents per share. Under Armour finishes at $82.63 per share, down 14 cents per day after the finals, one of their biggest sports moments. That's weird. But
wait till next week.
I think it's because of their plans to try and infiltrate healthcare, which is one of the related articles in the Stockwatch report. But
no brand balance.
Deckers, parent company for Uggs, Teva, a few other brands, finishes at 74.36. I saw a pair of Uggs yesterday in the street. True story.
Shut it up.
True story. $74.36 per share. They finished at down 26 cents per share. Foot Locker Incorporated finished at $63.18 per share, up 17 cents per share. Adidas AG, the new number 3 footwear brand in America, backfiddled to Skechers, who's number 2. Finished on the OTC market at $39.11, down 22 cents per share. Puma AG on the ETR market finished at 143.30 in euros, down 3.35 on the day. Interesting drop for them. eBay on the NASDAQ finished at $60.55 per share, up 3 cents per. And there's that company Ben Berry just mentioned, rounding out the list. Finish Line, also on the NASDAQ, finished at $26.32 per share, down 36 cents per share. These are the 10 stocks that we watch. We report on them live on OSD every Wednesday. You can get with us at info@OSD Live if you want to know how you can invest in these stocks. Again, the highest rated US dollar currency rated stock of the 10 that we watch, Skechers.
Yep.
$110.78 per share. Pay attention, people. Pay attention. Reaction, please.
I gave mine already. I'm like, what?
Skechers, man.
Trading at 110, $6 above the big boy.
And every day, at least I get trade updates and stuff like that. I've been getting that Skechers employees have been selling stock and cashing in.
Yeah. You know how long they've been sitting on that shit?
Oh man.
Shoot.
That's crazy, man. That's absolutely crazy.
Robert Greenberg, who's the CEO, he just cashed in over I think over $5.5 million worth of stock. And because obviously they're a publicly traded company, they got to disclose that and let that be known. So anytime any of these, anyone in their management team cashes in, they're cashing in for over $2 million.
That's crazy.
Skechers, $110 plus per share.
We may have to move OSD to Manhattan Beach, California. After all,
It's weird. It's weird. It's like Skechers is like the perfect, not even the perfect's not a good word, but it's like a great case study because you're like, their marketing is doing what it needs to do, but it's their family channel and the basics of just making their basic shoe that's in Target have a little more color appeal to those people, but the price did move, and it's gangbusters. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like none of
they're like the Alibaba of the sneaker world.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
They're seriously just barely above wholesale, killing it on profit, and offering what you want, not what you need.
Yeah.
Listen, I expect Skechers prices to go up. Number one, and number two, they got the perfect mix of in their target audience, kids who are the people who ask for shit but don't have any fucking money, and the people who are 50 to 71 who have too much fucking money and they're like, fuck it, when I die I can't take it with me. What exactly do you want? It's the perfect mix of fucking people to cater to, because people who have grandkids, people who are on vacation and don't want to pay a lot of money for some shit that they know they're going to fuck up on, like the New York streets, for example. Like, I've seen whole tourist families decked out sitting in the New York City subways in Skechers.
Word up.
See, what they've done in a smart way, as you look at it, like I said, they're offering people exactly what they want and what they expect. No promise of more, no promise of less.
Yeah.
These are the people who will watch an infomercial and buy 5 cans of Flex Seal. These are people because they're like that shit works.
Shit.
Hey, I want that bacon thing.
And I'm telling you that's why I bring it up. I have a bunch of ShamWows because them damn things work. At the end cap at Target. That's the Skechers audience, and they're not selling you more or less. Paper, I think you're right. I think the price is going to go up, but on such a slow arc.
Yep.
That it might be 10 years before they have a significant increase in retail price, because they're going to they've stayed in their lane for so long, and they went from knockoff shoes to utility cut the grass shoes to, wow, they got a marathoner and everybody and their mom still buys these damn shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So now the second, third largest brand in the U.S. And they still have not had a significant increase in price.
And they're in sports. They got a golfer.
Yep.
They got ex football players, basketball players, people that need shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, just crushing New Balance's old white guy shoe image.
And that's why I say they have a
wow. Could New Balance be considered a direct competitor to Skechers?
No.
At one point.
Not at all.
At one point, but not anymore.
Not at all.
New Balance can't be considered a competitor to anybody.
No.
They need to find their way.
I think that they found a way, and it's going to be rolled out.
You think New Balance found a way?
I think New Balance has like a niche thing that you wouldn't think that they're going to be good in, that is going to surprise people.
And what's that? Women's?
No, because women's is gonna sell regardless, right? Because women's is one of those steady selling things. It's like gas. It's always gonna be needed. It's always gonna be wanted. People are always.
Not for New Balance though.
No,
New Balance is a
Oh.
decidedly white.
Women's is a
kids
struggle,
brand
but go
right
ahead.
now.
Hey, Ben, this is OSD, so you need to tell us what you know. What do you think?
If I had to guess, I would say that their skateboarding line is going to be more popular than it is now. Very soon. If I had to guess.
Okay, so all right, wait. So even if they have a notable growth in that, notable growth.
What's their skate shoe? The 501 or something like very big? Or no, not the 501. What's their skate shoe? I think Kadoma knows it.
No, I hear what you're talking about. Okay, even if they have considerable growth in that segment, it's still not enough to carry them.
Skate shoes numeric, and it's doing well.
The numeric, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they got a line. The line's called numeric.
Okay.
It's doing well.
Is there a new video coming out, I think, for them?
I don't know if there's a video or not, but I just know it's doing well. I see it in all the shops. So that means it's doing well. There's certain skate brands, like, I'm not going to put any names out there, but there's certain skate brands that are not in shops, core shops anymore. So, you know, kind of like you've seen with basketball shoes where certain brands own a huge chunk of the market. There's really only 3 or 4 skate brands in stores right now, and that's New Balance, Adidas, Nike, Vans. That's about it.
Well, here's the question. Even with that significant blip, do you really think that's going to help New Balance move up a position?
It could only help.
Well, I don't think...
Now what I asked. Do you think it's going to help a significant growth?
I don't think New Balance is concerned about those positions. They're
not.
still a privately owned company.
They don't care.
You know, one thing that I've seen though is that they've started their little takedowns, their little Roshis or
everyone's done those
synthetic shoes. I don't like that route. I think they're kind of going the, you know, when Vans kind of stepped away from skateboarding sneakers and making things right here in the USA. I see that as a mistake, man. New Balance has to stick to its lane, and what they do very well is premium materials and quality craftsmanship. And I think, you know, straying away from that, trying to make these cheapy, newfangled material silhouettes, it's going to come to bite them in the rear.
I agree with that.
You know, I mean, we talked about that this week. Those sneakers have a shelf life of a year, and they're done.
Here's a question. If you're somebody who really isn't sure what the best shoe to buy is for not speed and sprint running, like Steve and Jesse were involved in, but you're marathoning, you're 5K, you're all those little type distance runs, right? And you go into a store, and a guy at this moment, we're talking about right now, at this moment,
okay,
he presents a shoe that's from New Balance and a shoe that's made comparably from Skechers. Which one is that person going to buy?
The cheaper one.
Yeah, I agree with Ben on that one.
You have your different shoppers, though. I mean, there's some shoppers, they shop for looks. There's some shoppers that shop for comfort. There's some shoppers, they shop on price alone.
I just clarified what I said the person's going in.
Distance runners do not care about looks, bro. They wear some of the ugliest damn shoes ever.
I think it's a bragging.
They care about
bragging thing with that.
About performance and comfort.
You have to pay attention to what Sean said, though. Sean said your average 5K, 10K, which is not marathon distance, it's basic distance. 5K, 10K runner who doesn't know anything about anything is like, hey, I'm going to go try this. Steve hit it on the head. The cheaper one.
Yep.
That's an easy sell.
Cheap
I said that.
and functional. Yeah, that's
sorry,
Ben.
Ben.
That's Ben.
That's easy. It's going to be the cheaper one.
Yep, distance runners are going to go for the
or the most familiar. That could be.
So in the case of the salesman,
it could be the most familiar.
Let's channel Jesse. Let's channel Jesse back to Boston and put him back in City Sports, which thankfully he's not anymore. But Jesse
Where's the T-shirt today, though?
Jesse has to present to the customer a New Balance and a comparable Skechers shoe. What's that person leaving with, Jesse?
I'd go back to what Kadoma said. It depends on what they're coming in for.
I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't gonna front. They'll leave with a New Balance Fresh Foam.
Especially dealing with me, they'll leave with a New Balance.
Yeah, they're most likely gonna leave with a Fresh Foam.
Jesse's expertise is gonna be like, yo, don't buy this because we know how Jesse feels about that.
Fresh Foam is a great call.
It depends on where I'm at. Because if I need to sell like 1 or 2 more shoes to get my free pair, I don't really care what he buys. He's got to buy something. But
that was a thing in retail. If you
they're gonna get both shoes are gonna get a fair shake if I'm making that sale, and it'll come down to, especially if it's a distance runner with not a lot of experience, not a lot of mileage. They're looking to get into it. Like you said, they're new to everything. New Balance gets the edge only because they just have a longer cache of information, a longer cache of history to say, okay, they both might be way off the path right now, but at least New Balance has enough pedigree, probably still hanging on, that their Fresh Foam 750s and blah blah blah.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's why New Balance continues to lose. They lost at retail then, and they lose at retail now. Because when a woman, and I'm going to go with women because that's what we were talking about. When a woman comes in and says, hey, you know what, I'm trying this 5K thing out, I'm working out, Skechers understand that the first thing on her mind after the performance or what it feels like is what it looks like. And so that's what they're going to end up winning on versus the New Balance, is why New Balance always sat on the shelf. Because women were like, yeah, but it's ugly.
The new ones are good looking. Like, right. That's why
they are. They're okay, but the new Skechers look good too.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if that's the point, if you're just running a 5K, which is not a lot of performance, but you're gonna go run with your girls and you need to be safe for one 5K, you've got some pretty Skechers on, and no one's gonna talk shit.
That's a good point. Is the one 5K.
Yeah, exactly. I told you, 5K. If it's like 4 or 5, and you're doing a 10 or 15K, then yeah, right. Put your ass
in Steve, that's what I said, and you guys said the cheaper shoe.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna always be cheaper than a New Balance shoe. So that person's leaving with a Skechers shoe.
So you sell the Skechers shoe with a Spangle insole. Get the multiples up.
Funny. No, you're right, Pep. You're right. They're gonna go with the cheaper shoe, especially if it's that 5K. You're gonna run the color run and ruin them. Wash them.
Because the color run.
You're gonna run color run, and next thing you know, it's a house sneaker.
Exactly.
It's a house sneaker that's cool during the barbecue.
And those Fresh Foams, as much as they are not being marketed properly, they are still going 120 plus.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things about those.
They're coming down. They're coming down.
Yeah,
they're coming down because they can't market them.
That's one of the better buys on the market today.
Man, they're good. And I'm friends with the Olympic 800 runner Brenda Martinez, and she runs
brush your shoulders off.
And they get it in, man. They get it in.
So we understand what's going on in stores all across America, right? You see what's happening, right?
True.
So that's why I said to Ben, unless New Balance does something besides make a blip in skateboarding, it's going to be a while.
I need them to make a blip in their core before they make blips anywhere else.
Aren't they trying to make a blip in football too?
Yep, they are.
Like football with the U, like
with all them memes.
No, football American.
Okay.
They need
football
to go back.
Football as in quarterback, wide receiver football?
Yes. Yep, they are.
They're trying to do that, as well as they have a couple of spikes in baseball as well.
They need to, if they don't get their run and the attention it needs, all of that falls apart.
Don't they got to put tape over the logo in football?
No, you don't have to do that.
The shoes don't have logos on them.
No, it's gear, I think, apparel, right?
You don't have to do that anymore. But again,
on apparel,
one thing that cleat that they saw somebody else with.
Bruh, they don't have to love their core anymore, but people are going to attach them to that. That's where they're losing. Is they're not giving proper attention to the things that make them who they are, and back to their core. Imagine that ASICS all of a sudden, to gain more market share, started dumping their Kayanos and Nimbus. for a basketball shoe. It might be the avenue to go, but if they lose their heart, they lose their identity. It would, Leo. It would sound crazy, and that's what New Balance sounds like. Is crazy when they don't pay attention to their running category.
You know who pays attention to every category? Under Armour. Have you seen the cowboy boot they came out with micro G foam in it?
No, they came out with a really dope winter boot last year called the
flat tire.
That winter boot. They had a tear down of
hiker.
Actually, it was yeah. And then they did another one that was like an all weather training boot that looked kind of like their Speedform Apollo but beefier and a high ankle, and it came in like flat black and camo black. It was ill.
Listen, if you go into the UA store, you'll see a lot of stuff that you go, wow, I would actually rock those.
Yep.
No, you don't.
You try them on real.
No. Stop. No, the hell you don't. No one was saying nothing about rocking no UA shoes until Courage came out and something else.
No.
Don't front. Don't front.
No, Anatomic Spawn was
and the Bloodline, which by the way,
Sean was rocking them, but I don't know what he was rocking them. We was talking about them, but I don't know what he was wearing them.
You got this view from the mountaintop that I think is glorious.
But he's up on Mount Orion or something, right?
This is the only one who won't even give it a try.
Yeah,
Look, Jesse's like
wearing Under Armour.
You're trying to say that I didn't go in there and at least try them on and I don't know the shoe. That's not true. I've done that. I get it. But when you talk about rocking them, like I'm rolling down Brooklyn in some dope ass UAs, no, you weren't.
Hey.
No, you weren't. That's some bullshit.
I love the elitist coastal view that cuts out 3/4 of the country.
Under Armour's opening up in Oregon, no?
Buying these shoes all down through the Midwest from Minnesota to Texas.
Hey, Steve, let's not even talk about that because that's just too much of a smash to his argument. But if you look at Jesse, if you look at my Instagram timeline, I do UA.
Bruh.
I do UA, buddy.
He's so elite.
It's documented.
Okay.
I got a serious.
What
has Portland done to him?
No, what are you talking about?
I got.
It's been missed here. I think my point is missed. I think I've been misunderstood, but that's all right.
Was Under Armour running?
Story of your life, Jesse.
Was Under Armour running popping off before the basketball was?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they had the Tough Mudder.
Look, Texas Tech, and a few other schools, but Texas Tech most prominently is fully kitted and outfitted the entire indoor track season from January on, and they had the Speedform Gemini before anybody could ever get eyes on it.
No, even before that,
Auburn too.
Kadoma.
Yep.
If I was to send you the link to the interview I did with Dave Dombro in 2012, the first thing we talked about was
Who's Dave Domberg?
The Dave Dombro's the Under Armour designer that came on OSD a few months back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he made mention to the interview we did. In that interview, which was like 2012, we talked about because their running came out before basketball. They tried to do the running stuff and translate it to basketball. I think it was the Spine was actually a running sneaker 2 years before.
Yeah, the Spine was a runner.
As well as the Charge. The Charge was actually out before Spine Shape was out. So to answer your question, Under Armour is doing like running for like.
But they're first legit because like I'd be the first to tell them those running shoes were not legit.
The Charge? You saying that the Charge wasn't good?
Charge sucked.
Are you really?
But what I will give them is the Speedform Gemini with the new Charge foam and the double stack because we talked about it. A lot of runners need cushion, and they were doing this micro G Charge super thin barefoot run bullshit.
It was too low to the ground.
Too low profile. When they
wait. Are you making my argument here?
No, I'm not making your argument because the double stack foam. So you still think, Jesse, that just like Skechers. So a year from now we'll check in with each other. You think that nobody wants to rock these shoes when these shoes are being worn?
Under Armour is the shit to me.
These shoes are being worn proudly.
Can I promote my Under Armour thing? That I
Nobody
recently
is
did?
hiding their UA logos. They're rocking them.
You just shouted out your article like 3 times. Like, are you serious right now?
Hey, Jesse,
I didn't do an article. So
Jesse, we'll get you an application to that new building when it opens up.
Hey,
I'm not-
Jesse's sitting on a pair of UAs right now that he's waiting to wear. I wish he would rock them.
I'm not saying. We're talking. We realize where they are now and where they've come. I understand that. That's what I'm saying. But the way that it came out, and they were like, "Yo, the micro G's and da," like it took you a minute to get there, and it's still not where it's like we're not rocking Adrian Foster's cross trainers like you're rocking Bo Jackson's or like you're rocking equipment. You're not doing it. It's not.
It takes time. It takes time.
That's legendary.
My point exactly.
But you made it sound as if people were ashamed to wear this UA logo on the side of the shoe.
Okay, if that's how it came out, then I apologize. I'm not saying anybody was ashamed. I'm just saying they're not being rocked on the street like that. I'm not.
I
got a point. I got something
That's how it came out. You
basketball, seeing a bunch of UAs before. I may now, but I wasn't before.
Listen,
I wasn't getting clocked by chicks rocking UAs. It just wasn't happening.
Hey, whatever.
Listen, like I said, I hope UA never gets to that point.
All right, I'm gonna blow the whistle on this one. Enough talk about UA.
I got one more serious question.
One more, then we're moving on.
For the panel here, Under Armour, on schedule or ahead of schedule?
Oh, ahead.
Behind schedule.
They ahead, bro.
I'm gonna go with behind schedule.
You going behind? What kind of schedule you got them on?
I know, no doubt. What schedule y'all got them on? They late for school? What?
Yeah.
Let's not forget Under Armour's 19 years old.
Word. They've been doing basketball for 6 years.
I was about their shoes. How long they been doing shoes?
6 years. Don't give me that 6-year shit.
2009.
How long Nike been doing it? It's not going to be overnight. They are ahead of schedule. They got a bona fide superstar.
It's a different time. That's like saying this $100 right now is the same $100 20 years ago.
Their first legitimate signing, superstar, and he won the championship fully healthy when that was a big component of the win, or excuse me, for the loss for LeBron. His team was hurt. They all wearing Nikes. Mr. Under Armour with the broke ankles made it all the way to the cup.
Hey, wait! They all wearing LeBron shoes.
I put them ahead of schedule because when Nike made the splash, we give Nike 30 years of history compared to Under Armour's 19, and really let's not even as a company 19. They are only 10 years in.
About sneakers was. Yeah, shoe bar.
They're only 10 years into a full catalog, top to bottom. So in that span of time, far ahead of schedule.
When they can figure out how to parlay the Gemini creation and what they've done with that shoe, when they can make sure that they can push, who's the quarterback for the Panthers?
Cam Newton.
When they can push Cam Newton, when they can push their ski girl, when they can push Missy Copeland, when they can push Foster, or when they can push all their athletes, when they can give them a quarter of what they did for Steph, then you'll get my vote.
I'm gonna tell you.
Jerry Stackhouse. Anybody see the video of Jerry Stackhouse?
I'm gonna tell y'all why they gonna win, and then I'm gonna let D go ahead and shut us down on UA. Y'all don't have to like it. I'm not saying y'all in particular. I'm saying the world loves track and field every 4 years. But we, as track and field, are the basis for all of the sports. We now have 4 medalists that are going to be wearing Under Armour at the Olympics. Potential podium medalists. Shantae McMillan in the multi-event, splashed all over the place. We already know about. I think it's Henderson, a quarter miler. That's already killing it on the circuit. They've got a male multi-eventer and one other athlete. I'm blanking. But
Brandon Jennings.
When they get that legitimate world-class Olympic exposure, when you got the highest of high-profile athletes, track and field doesn't make money, but it's the purest of the sport in terms of you're running and you're jumping, very few implements, and it's all body. When they put that on the screen in a year, they're going to move the needle, trust me.
Wow.
All right.
I'm only not talking because D wants to move ahead.
Because y'all turn that shit into glue. It's dead, baby. It's dead. Zed's dead.
All right.
Zed's dead.
So on 6/25, June 25th, our good people over at Rhyme NYC, shout out to Sue, Frankie, Tamika, Dex, everybody over at Rhyme. Rhyme is releasing their second shoe. This time it's a Reebok Ventilator, and it is being released in the height of the wedding season. So we're talking about the Rhyme Reebok Diamond Ventilator.
Women's sneaker, right?
Absolutely.
Only for the women.
So women get a dope one here. As D's going through all the graphic.
I'm mad about that. That's a good looking one.
The detail shots, which the theme behind this sneaker was an engagement ring for your feet. So, thus
Does it come with that?
I wish Reebok would refocus.
That's the coolest
What does that mean, Ben?
No, they are refocusing right now. Reebok's doing a lot on women right now, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like gas. It's always gonna sell.
Yeah. So they were coming real strong at the beginning of the year, and the Ventilator's a great shoe. They've done some real good collabs from these to the Street Meat to the Huskies that just dropped on the end. Packers got one coming out.
Would you call it too much?
No, not
On
for
the Ventilator.
not for anniversary year. I mean, it is the anniversary of the Ventilator.
Okay.
And we've seen the Swoosh do a lot of anniversary do a lot of anniversary years, but I think their affiliate programs. The Swoosh doesn't like to give too many people creative control, other than themselves. But with the Reebok affiliate program, we get to see a lot of our favorite boutiques take a stab at a classic design, and I would say all of them have done pretty well. So this one included, something exclusive for the ladies.
Yep.
Classic shoe.
Which is what they needed. So it's a good look. Comes out June 25th. Make sure you hit up rhymenyc.com. And
you know what Rhyme did with this one that I like? I knew I liked it, but I didn't understand why. But now I'm looking at it. But they were able to add some texture and depth to the design of the shoe with their materials. But they also were able to stay within the current trends with the monochrome color.
I was just about to say, Jesse, very few ventilators actually keep the color all the way to the rubber.
Right.
I like that they colored the midsole the same as the shoe. To me, that's what does it.
Yeah.
And they just put the orange, Rhyme's color scheme for the store is orange. So you just put that little pop of it right there, and they did.
Well, no, that plate is actually orange anyway. So I think
it changes color.
It's plastic and it's orange.
Yeah, but not on every shoe.
Yeah, they change colors on the plate.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's great.
And that's an ice sole all the way through, right?
I have a pair that's black. That little plate is black.
Yeah, I got a pair that where it's light blue, black and light blue.
So if you can't afford the real ring for your girl, sneaker lovers,
you funny.
Don't do this. Don't do
that.
You won't have a girl. Please don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Hilarious.
You know what? If you really want to get a ring, save up and get it.
I ain't gonna lie. My girl don't.
But if you already have the ring and you want to get her something nice to go with the ring,
my girl
then you
don't
gonna copy
this.
this.
Love these.
Yeah.
Happy as a clam, boy.
Nah, man, you can't do this in place. You can't do that.
No, I didn't say that. That would be suicide.
I'm telling you, some ladies like the kicks over the jewelry, bruh.
Yeah, I don't know any.
Hey, I got me one. I spend more in athletic gear than I ever spend in jewelry. I'm a happy guy.
You are lucky.
But you already got the main piece of jewelry, Playboy.
Hey, you a lucky motherfucker is what you is.
That's true.
That's why I say, hey, once you get past that one piece, you're good. But before that, oh shit.
It's true. Yeah, it's like gold at Fort Knox. You don't see it, but it makes your money worth it.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
So congrats again to Sue and the folks over at Rhyme for this shoe. Again, it comes out June 25th. Hit up rhymenyc.com. I believe there's a special package for the first 150 pairs. There's a special packaging that comes along with the first 150. So
hey, now I'm gonna sound like the ladies. What's your biggest size? The ladies ask for the smallest one. I'm like, you got that.
This would be a dope anniversary gift, actually.
and they'll also soon be doing a contest where they're looking for Rhyme will be. They'll be looking for couples who are looking to get engaged, and they'll have a special promotion running for looking for that couple that will involve promoting this shoe.
Damn.
That's what's up.
There's been some crazy backstories for these ventilators.
Got us on some makeup to break up to makeup stuff.
Stores have really been using that collaboration budget for good, which is cool to see. There has been a lot.
Good
I
point.
don't know, it just feels like it's ventilator like city, but it is a good sneaker.
Well, but Kadoma, like Kadoma said, it's anniversary. You know what I'm saying? Year. You gotta give them that leeway on the anniversary year.
Yeah, this is one of the better ones that I've seen. Ventilator has been done quite a bit. Again, boutiques are the boutique raises the profile for specialties. But man, you go to like a shoe carnival, ventilators is all over the place in all types of colors.
Word.
You know, for me, because I watch for that stuff, ventilators are a tough sell for me. I like the shoe. I have a couple pair. But it's just like they come out with the specialty collabs don't always rock. This one does because the monochrome. They're almost never monochrome.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
you can't even go find a nice inline pair to match it up with some laces or something. It's hard to find. They mess it up with too much.
For me, I love the ventilator. I think it's probably one of their best running. It's really definitely one of their best running shoes. And it's one of the only Reeboks that I covet. You know, unfortunately, I can't find a lot of them in big sizes, but I like the ventilator. I think it translates to today's market. You know what I mean? I think that's why people are overusing it. I think they do have other silhouettes that they can use that they need to get back in the vault and get. But
ERS,
I understand why they reach for the ventilator.
Bring me that ERS Mantis, Reebok.
Well, you gotta think. You know how many people? I know a few people that have ventilators that have never heard of it until like Dayglow color or things like that. So
really?
It's like you guys talk about it all the time. It's the new market. Like it's not for. I'm gonna say us, not really being a part of it, but like it's not for us. It's
you're right. You're right. That's a good point.
That's a very good point.
Yo, Reebok, I need that ERS though.
Man, Reebok is so aggravating these days. They've been putting out stuff so quietly and then not talking about it. Like, do you know the Reebok Shroud came back out?
Yep.
You're one of the few people that know that, because I don't know. I get angry. Like, that's Sean Kemp's best sneaker, in my opinion, was the Shroud. But that came back out.
It's Reebok's cheapest sneaker across the country right now.
The Shroud. Find me a pair of size 9. Man.
Come to Brooklyn. They're all over the place. I don't even have to help you. Just go in any store in Brooklyn. They're there.
I don't even have to help you.
Word? I mean, the cheapest I've seen them for is 90, and I don't want to pay 90.
Go to Jimmy Jazz. They probably got them by the mountains.
And it's the OG colorway too. Or original, whatever.
Oh man! All right, so we need a WTF. Anybody got a WTF for us to end the show?
I could give you one, but too many people like it, so I'm a refrain. I don't know if it's a true WTF for the rest of the world.
What is one thing that everyone's like, yo?
Wait,
why
Steve.
Is this out?
You know how many years I've done this show and I put up a shoe that I didn't think was WTF?
That's true.
I put it out there anyway.
All right. Well, I'm tired of people seriously ball juggling this Adidas Yeezy 350 boost.
Give me some. That's what I was waiting on.
Jesus. Like, come on, people.
I mean, Kim wore a pair though.
Bruh.
You ain't see North in him? You ain't see Kanye in him? What? Yeezus?
Throw up a picture. Let's throw the darts at it. Throw up a picture.
Let me go ahead and pull it up.
We gotta throw the darts at it.
Let me go ahead and
I
pull
like
it
the
up.
350 boost, but I've been had a prime knit boost for over a year now. So.
Let me pull it up.
It's not even Prime Knit.
All right, there you go.
They're advertising it as one piece prime
It
knit.
is. It's a prime knit. Prime knit has become softer, and they've done better things with the weave lately, bruh.
Okay. So
It's an expensive ass Roshi.
Come on, thank you.
yeah, exactly.
Expensive ass Roshi.
That's a WTF all day long. Me,
They're Roshis with a better midsole because Boost is the truth.
Boost is the
Yeah,
truth.
yeah.
But the profile is not kicking. Like you gonna have a bunch of busted knuckle-footed dudes rocking
He
this.
said knuckle footed.
Listen, this is another one of those shoes that I talk about that's like the Presto back in the days. If you don't cut your toenails, you're finished.
Bruh.
Now I actually have another one that I couldn't remember the name of it, but I saw it yesterday, and I was it today. The Nike Hyper Fresh.
The what?
The Hyper Fresh.
The Nike Hyper Fresh.
Yeah,
That's like they're trying to go for a Yeezy, not a Yeezy, a Roshi basketball.
Yeah.
It's definitely a WTH.
Yeah.
Hyper Fresh, huh?
I can put a,
Oh, you stop it. This is nasty.
Oh, wow. That's just hideous.
That's horrible.
that.
Right quick.
Oh my God! It seriously looks like
I found it.
an ancient Turner.
Hello.
Yeah. I was talking to someone about the Hyper Fresh, and I was like, "Hey, what is that Hyper Fresh? Is that like
With a 3.
Is that the new Hyper Dunk?" They're like, "No, this is like the basketball Roshi. This is a basketball chill shoe. It's not really made to play ball in."
Right. So why the hell is it basketball anything?
All right. I'm getting ready to put it up. I found it.
Horrible.
My shit is
I've got them. Here you go. You got three different colorways of them that they're featured in. I mean, we got the
all flowers.
We got the flowers. We got the South Beach, and then we've got the
South Beach.
The tropics. I mean,
they look like they're made from the stuff that those those button-up shirts with like anime characters are on them. Like,
wow.
They look like they're made out of that.
They're like, but
yeah,
look
this
at the
is
outsole.
definitely
Hyper Fresh.
So is this what you wear after you play ball? Is that what they're saying?
What did you say, Tadoma?
This is what Steve was talking about when the suit and bean counters get wind that Roshi's hot. Put Roshi over.
Yes, sir. Let's get one for the basketball category, Bob.
I didn't think it would get worse than that new Jordan Eclipse, but it just did.
It did. It did.
Hey, I like the Jordan Eclipse.
The Jordan Eclipse is for hood rat girls that got bicep tattoos.
Well, I'm definitely the biggest hood rat you gonna goddamn meet, but I like that shit.
Wow.
Fuck that. I like that shit.
Hood rat girls that have
shit was
bicep
comfortable as hell
tattoos.
too. Fuck that shit was comfortable.
Where did we get that this from?
Did you say that?
Hood rat girls who have bicep.
Bicep tattoos. That's what he said. That's I had to repeat it. I was like, wow.
That's so much of an
I
insult.
hate the Jordan Eclipse.
An insult. I'm like, so that's a bad.
I'll be your huckleberry.
Yeah, dog.
Hey, Leo, show us your tattoo.
Huh?
Show us your tattoo.
Oh man.
Amazing.
Oh god.
Like that.
This is god awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's terrible.
This shoe ain't coming out.
It's coming. It's coming.
Already out.
Where?
Out.
God, I love Jessica.
It's for sale and it hit China already.
Yeah, bro. Let me.
I don't mean it's coming here. That shoe ain't coming to the U.S.
Oh, it's coming.
No, this will be here in time for back to school.
It's hyper fresh with a 3, right?
That one that D got on the release date. I got it on foot. They got it on foot right here, bro.
Yep,
With
exactly.
a name like Hyperfresh, that shit was meant for the U.S. shores.
Hyperfresh palm
Release
tree.
date, June 19th.
Yep.
Yeah, you know,
It's
What's that,
hyper
next
fresh
week?
with
That's,
a
that's, tomorrow. That's
3.
like 2 days from
They
now.
put the
That's
3
2
in
days
there.
from now.
They
They got a
come out.
Saturday drop, son.
Not only are they coming out, Jesse,
All
they're
you
going to the
fathers,
mall.
happy Father's Day.
Yeah. Guess
Happy
what?
Father's Day.
Guess what? It's a quick strike.
Not only are they coming out,
It's a
they are
quick
in
strike, he said.
inventory. There's some
Quick strike.
16-year-old kid doing inventory right now.
Exactly.
They're not coming out.
Leo, happy Father's Day in advance, bro.
Oh hell no! No,
Man,
listen.
Hyperfresh
Listen,
looks
I
like
just
the
found,
back
I
of
just
a
found this
postcard.
as a description. The best way I can describe the Nike Hyperfresh is it's like a mix between the Nike Roshi Run on the upper and the Hyper Dunk midsole. So they actually took the Hyper Dunk midsole.
Man, listen. If my kids got me these, I would wage economic sanctions against them so bad.
I'm just gonna go old school. I'm whooping their ass.
Put
Would
them
you
in the
do it?
corner.
You
You
do
gotta
a family embargo.
no. People would draw the old school where he would draw a circle on the wall and say, "Put your nose in that shit right there." Stand there. You stand there till I tell you to move.
I would totally have to wage economic sanctions against my children for this.
Well, I told you it was a WTF.
You were so right.
That's a King vitamin. Like, you want Captain Crunch? No, you get King vitamin because you bought me that shoe.
This is the bad report card shoe.
No, this is a shoe like I can't believe you spent money on this shit.
Yo, like man said, you gotta watch out for bicep tattoos, bro.
That's tough. That whole thing is tough.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And to me, all the patterns on the shoes don't remind me of anything peaceful and tranquil. They remind me of a fucking.
Oh God, I think you guys are right.
They remind me of a storm coming, which means the wind is strong enough to blow these shits away.
Oh, here we go. Oh boy.
So where we at next?
Hold
Y'all
on.
talk about Jordan's son started his own sneaker store.
Look at these joints on foot, y'all. Look at these ugly ass joints on foot.
Oh,
I told you, Jesse.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I am hurt right now.
Yo, you see the flood cuffs? You see the flood cuffs, son?
I am sad.
He got him tied to the T too. He can't even let him breathe.
His ankles was already blue. His feet was already blue. You see them ankles?
Nah, he's going to hoop. That's why.
Tied to the T.
Wow, that's tough.
See how they spelled Hyperfresh 3 too? Think they're cool with 3. That's terrible.
Oh yeah, they had to spell it like that. Come on.
Oh,
Damn.
It's tough.
Ugh.
That's a witness protection shoe.
What's with all the seams,
No,
man? What's with all
jump.
the stitching and everything showing?
You wear that shit when you're in witness protection. It's tough.
Damn, look at the title. Nike debuts another graphic sneaker. Ooh.
I'm just gonna skip that now.
Hold on. I gotta do
Exactly.
this. Kadoma.
73% pop.
Something nice about this shoe.
I can't say nothing about that one.
You're so positive. I want you to
There's a
say
lot of
something
people, though. There's a lot of people. 73% said they're gonna cop that.
73% said they're gonna buy it. Wow.
I don't trust that. Trust in internet voting is seriously.
That got more votes than the father-son Curry won.
How many people actually voted on that shoe?
It doesn't say how many.
Or it's easy to hit a thumbs up and never go buy that shit.
Yeah, exactly. They ought to make it so in order to hit the thumbs up, you gotta buy it first. Yep. That's what they really ought to do. That
I've seen this free Hirachi carnivore thing. The hell is that?
Yeah, that's been getting a lot of play on a lot of different runways.
I just saw a white one the other day. It said
Now there's an all black and black, and then there's a beige
I saw the
one
all
too.
black one today. Yeah.
That shit looks like MSU for your feet.
Yep.
That's exactly what.
What is it? The Hirachi, the free run?
Carnivore.
Free Hirachi Carnivore. What the hell?
Is it free? It's free
The
too.
Carnivore was the basketball shoe back in the day.
Yeah.
Was the Carnivore the cross trainer?
Cross trainer.
No,
They had a cross trainer too.
but yeah, but it doubled
Alligator
as a ball shoe. A lot of ball players wore it.
Yeah, ball players wore it, but it it wasn't designed with that intent. But that's where it ended up, just like the other shoe.
It wasn't a good basketball shoe. It was okay.
It just had that ankle cuff. Yeah, the traction.
Yeah. It was definitely more of a I want to be seen and look at me. Hey, look at me. I got some different shit on.
It was a tree hugger shoe.
Yeah.
It was a tree hugger shoe.
I'm telling you though, this is have you how high do they come up? Because I'm seeing somebody holding a pair in their hands, and it's interesting looking. Here, I shared my screen on that one. Because one could speculate it looks like a shot. It looks like a shot at their dearly departed spokesperson.
Oh, that shit
I saw that shot today too, and I was like, "What is that?"
Wait a minute, that shit looks high as hell.
That looks interesting. It looks high, doesn't it?
Right.
Yeah,
That looks totally different from the one that's on.
It must have like a booty or something. I don't know.
but even the strap, there's no forefoot strap on this one. And on the running version, on the low version, there's a forefoot strap.
That might be a different shoe.
That must be the boot that comes out this fall.
Yeah, because it says Nike Free Hirachi Carnivore. I'll click into the story and see what they got. See, that's the one with the strap.
Yeah, that's the one above it.
Yeah, I don't know if they're shown.
You gotta click all the ads.
That's a different shoe.
Nah, no, this stupid thing ain't gonna let me click off of it.
Yeah, it's gonna make you. Yeah.
There we go. Let me get out of there.
There.
No, I don't want to like it.
There you go.
All right. So
Okay. Does the forefoot strap come off?
That's a different shoe.
Yeah. The forefoot strap comes off. That's the shoe. Look right here. You can see the hole for it.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, wow, it does.
That's it.
They're gonna charge.
But that shoe can't be the same one that he's holding down at the bottom.
It looked like it.
I
It doesn't
think
look.
it is.
Look,
looks
you
like
see
it.
any holes down there? Another one.
It's an optical illusion.
Yeah, it is.
That's a different shoe.
Or maybe what he's holding in the back comes up a little bit.
He's got a towel inside of the shoe.
Oh,
Towel
okay.
right there. It's
That's
not,
a towel that he's holding?
yeah, or that's his man purse or something right there.
It's a purse.
Did you hear the disdain in his voice? That man purse thing.
Merce.
Yeah, he was mad about that. I know he's stunting on somebody in some slides right here though.
He's like, I skate. I don't do man
Oh
purses.
no, not
Hey,
the slide.
in this movie, it's not a purse; it's a satchel.
It's a statue. Exactly.
Classic.
Got him.
Yeah, that's a good look. I mean, I don't mind these.
I do think back to school this year, we're going to see a lot of MSU as evidenced.
Mm.
I do think so.
What do you guys think about the Zoom Vic coming back out?
I know a lot of people down here are really excited.
They're overdue.
A lot of people in the area are really excited about it.
I'm super happy.
Yeah, a lot of people are happy about it.
The Zoom Vic line with some really good shoes.
They were.
Which number are they coming with? Are they doing the first one or the second?
No.
The two.
Two.
They're supposed to start with the red and white. It's supposed to be the red and white one.
And shout out to E. Scott Morris and Jason Maiden and everyone who worked on the Zoom line. They're long overdue on those shoes coming back. Nobody even knows where Michael Vick plays now.
That's my winter boot next year when they do the all black leather. Done for.
Now I heard those transformed into good basketball shoes, the Zoom Vicks.
They did. Actually, everybody used to hoop in those down here for real. Yeah. Like the whole, everybody. It didn't matter what color of the uniform, they were rocking them shits.
Even the Vic 1. Yeah, the Vic 1 was a good one.
The Vic 1 was cool, but the 2s are the ones everybody went crazy for.
Shout out to E. Scott Morris. and the team who worked on these, man, long overdue, though. Super long overdue.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
They should have put these back out in 07.
Whew. Yeah, man. Please come out with as many colorways as you like. Yes.
Is the Vic 2 the one that had that laser print on it?
No.
Nah, here I put a picture of the Vic 2 up. The Vic 2 had the cage double stack zoom exposed.
That's what set it apart.
Yup.
That zoom, yeah, that was woo.
Yeah.
That's like where Nike got that Vac Tech swoosh from, right?
That's about when it started. Yeah, they were putting that on the man and black ones. Come on, man.
That's all I really remember about
that black on black one down there is pretty damn dope.
I'm telling you, that's the winter boot right there.
Oh boy, that one right there. God, you can do something with that.
That one there, that right there. Yeah.
The Zoom Vic has some really versatile, incredible shit, and if they do that all black, I'm all over those.
Yes, sir.
Right there, boy.
I don't even like black shoes. I'll do that.
There are very few shoes to get the entire crew excited.
I don't even like black shoes. I'll do those.
Oh God,
bruh.
And look at Leo with the Hawks flag. I mean the Falcons flag up behind him.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah. Oh, at all times, you already know.
Set it all out. Yeah, I'm all over that.
You might have to get whatever color they put out and just customize that bitch.
Right,
I want the green one.
Jesse, that's where you go with this one, and then you make it yours.
Exactly. I'm gonna do a black on black with a gum
fuck with that gray. That gray is tough.
Man, all of them. I love the spatted black and white. Can't go wrong.
I'm all over that red and white one though.
Yeah, East got
I'm
more.
not feeling the red and white one, but them black ones are on point, boy. God.
That red and white screams Atlanta. That screams A-Town.
Yeah, that's true. That is
screams A-Town. That's all I love it.
That's ATL all day.
Screams Atlanta, man. All day long.
That's ATL.
All right, gentlemen.
All right. So, D, we got to round out the show. We got some dates to remind people of.
Absolutely.
July 10th, 7/10, Brooklyn Museum, Out of the Box, Rise of Sneaker Culture, Sneaker Exhibition goes live again in the U.S. First time a major sneaker exhibition hits our shores. It previously debuted in Canada at the Bada Shoe Museum, and now the show is going on the road. So it's going down on July 10th, the Brooklyn Museum. Anyone going to be in New York City between the dates of July 10th and October 4th, make the Brooklyn Museum one of your stops along your trip to make sure that you see this. Folks like D. Wells have been working very hard in the curatorial aspects of making sure you see some really dope shit. And Wells, let's talk about that book, D. Wells.
Talk about that book, D. Wells.
The book is the Rizzoli book. It'll be available officially. You can actually pre-order it right now. Mm-hmm. Hardcover bound, beautiful book, lots of great stories, history, the history of sneakers, kicks, plimsolls, and then some. Over 150 years of footwear in one beautiful book. So go ahead over to Rizzoli. We've been sharing it all over our social media networks, so go order it. You could actually also, be able to buy it at the Brooklyn Museum when the exhibit officially opens on Friday, July 10th, 2015. But why wait? Just do it. Buy the damn book. Add it to your collection. You're going to want to see it. Yes, you're going to definitely want to have this book. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep. So,
again, 7/10 to October 4th, Brooklyn Museum, Out of the Box, the Rise of Sneaker Culture, Sneaker Exhibition. It's the United States. Company book, as D. Wells stated, will be sold at the Brooklyn Museum and is already available for pre-sale online. Hit us through our social media outlets. It will be promoted heavily by all of us. And we also have to remind people to get their tickets and their travel and lodging arrangements for 7/26, the H-Town Sneaker Summit at Space City, H-Town, the NRG Center. Make sure you're there. You've heard the stories. You've heard the testimony. There's no excuse. If you got the time, just ride on down.
For real.
And especially last but not least, we are back. Social studies. Social studies is back for summer 2015. Classes starting on July 21st through September 8th. But you only have until July 7th to sign up and get locked in to your spot.
Because if you don't, you'd be outside looking in. And
starting tomorrow, female sneaker lovers, it's actually already started online, but OSD and Dunk360.com have partnered, and we're looking for one female sneaker lover to answer 3 trivia questions that are currently posted online on my Instagram and many other people's Instagram. Right, Soul Doctors? It'll be up there soon on everyone's page, right? There are 3 trivia questions that are being asked that a female sneaker lover should answer. She answers those correctly, she wins a spot, a free spot, in the summer 2015 social studies class.
For the free?
OSD and Dunk 360. So all of the Soul Doctors will have that graphic up on their Instagram or Twitter page very shortly. I already have it. A few people already have it around the internets, but it will be spreading. And the first person to answer, as well as repost the picture, that is also a requirement. You need to repost the picture and answer those 3 questions correctly. The first one to do that wins the spot. So shout out to Koya, Ernest, folks over at Dunk 360 who, we sat and made that happen so that we can do something to encourage more female sneaker lovers to get involved with social studies.
Ladies, where you at?
That's right. Clock's ticking. So for everyone else, details of what social studies is all about, what you can expect, and where you can sign up are available over on the OSD Live website in the blog section. You just scroll down a little bit, and everything you were afraid to ask about social studies is right there. So
already,
D Wells has the caption for the sneaker contest for the ladies up on screen for anyone who's going to watch now or watch this shortly after. So
what's the caption for the people who just listen? Because there are people who only listen.
We're looking forward to people having a really dope social studies experience, and we definitely want a lot of ladies to be a part of that. So questions are up. 3, I won't call them insanely simple, but 3 simple questions. First one to get those answers in via DM, via email to us, and repost that same picture you see on screen, you're going to social studies on July 21st. Simple as that. All right, D Wells.
It's about that time.
It's about that time.
It's definitely about that time. Well, make sure you tell a friend to walk with us, talk with us, as we do each and every Wednesday, Obsessive Sneaker Disorder, the longest running sneaker talk show podcast on the internet. Come back and rock with us next week for episode 352. In the meantime, tell everyone about OSD, social studies, all the events coming up, particularly Sneaker Summit as well. You can go to the OSD website, get all of the information and details, and connect with all of us, the Soul Doctors and Disorderlies, on social media. So until then, keep your laces tied tightly, your tongue loose, and what do we say, ladies and gentlemen?
Walk good.
Walk good. Y'all be safe.